Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is our daily reading for Purusha Intuitive. Super excited to have you tune in. Thank you for all the love and support always. I hope you're doing well. Always sending love and blessings your way. I'm hoping that these daily readings are helping. I'm having a lot of fun making them. It's good to tap into the collective energy, right? They are general readings. I'm doing it today, Sunday, December 4th. But it's timeless. If the energy resonates, then the message is definitely meant for you, okay? But they are general collective, just remember. So if it doesn't fit, don't worry about it. Check out our other goods at the channel. Lots of content. We drop it daily. I drop it daily, I should say. All right. So dealing with something kind of like toxic, obviously. That's what poison is. It's a toxic energy. It feels like this is something you're very aware of. The spirit board is like you knew this about the person, the situation. You've kind of seen it coming. You knew certain things were going to maybe transpire in this way. You had that gut instinct, etc. And you can't like escape it. This is basically like it manifesting, it coming into being. It might be happening, today, but it might also just be like right around the corner is what I'm hearing. I feel like you're gonna see something that happens today to remind you of, whatever this toxic thing is. And it is a friendly message from Spirit. I love this, right? It is that friendly message of being mindful, of paying attention. This energy of not really what it seems has been coming up lately. Especially when you're dealing with this element of pressure. So this is like, this is when you kind of have a lot on your plate, when you're feeling like under the gun about things, People are watching you. You've got an eye on you for sure. In your environment, in your surroundings. And I feel like I said, you have these intuitions, you have these instincts about what this is, but I don't think you've kind of had that final come to Jesus moment yet. But it's happening, it's in the works, it's bubbling. And I feel like there's this energy where you really have to stay above board to the best of your ability, working from a space of integrity, even though there is a lot of pressure, even though there's a lot of eyes on you, even though it's not coming from a healthy space. I'm hearing gossip, a lot of conversations behind your back, trying to figure it out, trying to understand what you're doing, what's going on, what you're up to. You might be taking some time apart, is what I'm hearing. Maybe you have been focusing more on yourself, your self-care, your intuition, connecting, being more in alignment, etc. All right, let's pull some cards on their energy. Let's see. Okay, so we got Four of Wands, right? So this is a lot about, kind of like happy home. It can be the marriage card, celebration. It's the beginning stages of building kind of like a foundation for what is to come, So for them, they're in this, King of Pentacles energy. This could be, a lover, a partner. This could be someone you work with. This could be a business partner, etc. But they're kind of in this space where they're working really intentionally to build their foundation, right? This is someone who is looking at their wealth, their material wealth, especially in terms of long term, how am I supporting my family, etc. And they're very serious about it, King of Pentacles energy. It's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, sorry. And I feel like they are kind of, you know, it shows that they're offering you something. This is someone who's coming with, you know, intentions of partnership, collaboration, but remember there's something that's kind of like toxic about it. You might know this person, you might have worked with them before, or maybe they're offering you something to kind of like, you know, bring you back around, reestablish that partnership. Two of Cups energy is like the beginning of the connection. It doesn't necessarily have to mean that you just met this person, but they want that with you, right? And you're coming in this way where, I don't know, okay, so with anytime we're carrying around grief, sadness, pain, you know, we kind of are at arm's length from people, right? We're kind of making sure that we're holding up our boundaries, etc. And I feel like whatever has happened in the past, whatever this toxicity is, whatever you sense, whatever you feel, whatever you know, you're making sure to very, very, very much self-protect. Like the Emperor, you know, it has more of a rigid energy to it, a masculine energy. So to me, it feels very much like, you know, like I said, that arm's length. If this is someone who's kind of messed with you before, or you have not trusted before, or given you kind of like that inkling, etc., you're like, listen, I'm not putting up with the BS. I'm trying to go after what I want, right? I don't need any of this. And you know, like we talked about, like you know your path, you know where you're headed, you know what you want. And there has been some pressure around this, you know. Anytime there's pressure to make that decision, it's a good opportunity to take a step back and really kind of evaluate. There might be money involved between you two, so definitely business partnership. This, like I said, it's gonna be different for everyone's situation. But you know, they're not. It's with this person, Earth energy. They're not looking at it from. You know, it's not emotional, right? They're not getting emotionally involved. They don't really want to. It's more of a practical, balanced energy. And I feel like for you, you're like, well, but I want to be happy, you know? The emotion is part of it, right? Like we can have material possessions, abundance, etc. But you want to be happy when you have it, and you want to be able to enjoy it. The problem is you're not really deciding one way or another. And, you know, you might be kind of forced to make a decision today or in the near future. This is probably what you're trying to contemplate. You might be having a really hard time saying no, you know. And not that that's good, bad, right, or wrong, you know. I feel like you just have to go back with it and say, is this in alignment with what I want? 9 of Cups is wish fulfillment. And you have the capacity for this. I do kind of feel like this 3 of Swords is blocking that energy a little bit, right? You know. And you know what? This is someone you probably wanted to collaborate with. 4 of Wands energy is really nice, you know. To me, it reminds me of someone who has that ability to create and beautify the home or cultivate this kind of like nurturing environment that you want to be a part of, you know. Or maybe they have like a really cool lifestyle, or you guys have similar interests, etc. And it's attractive. It makes you want to be a part of it. You know, there's something that you're interested about it. But that's honestly, like, you have to be really conscientious. 7 of Swords is a very sneaky energy. So that's where that toxicity is coming out. And it's coming out on their end. Because, you know, to me it's a very like business, like they're keeping it very business, keeping it very professional. And because of that, they have no problem kicking you down a little bit, to be honest. Yeah. But honestly, they end up stabbing themselves in the foot in the process. So I feel like they're trying to kind of do something shitty to you. Right? 7 of Swords, 8 of Swords, and 3 of Pentacles. And it's involving like the way you guys work together. This might be like a percentage of the profits, you know. It might be how you divide your money, etc. Maybe something that you had agreed upon is changing. Because you are kind of seeing the fruits of your labor, you know. I feel honestly like the way it comes through is this Aries energy ends up paying off for you. So the Emperor, like I said, it's governed by Aries. Aries rules the first house. It's all about ourself, right? Like how we view ourselves, the way we show up in life, you know, how we plug into what we're doing, not only just in business, but our relationships. And, you know, it's just kind of like who we are, our sense of self, you know. And the Emperor is very, very, you know, emphatic about who he knows who he is through and through. This energy, it's masculine energy. It's also ruled by the planet Mars. So fire, god of war, it can be super intense. But to me, this is the energy that you're in, and that's what you have to be tapping into right now in order to bring in that abundance, you know? And I feel like this is where this person, interestingly enough, right, they came up as King of Pentacles. So they're approaching it more from that masculine perspective of what it means to make money, right? Like, you know, masculine energy loves to stack that money. It's all about the money. And no shade to that. There's something very fun and exciting to, you know, kind of like maximize and build and grow. But the feminine way of making money, it's about drawing it in. It's about sustenance and support and what the needs are for, you know, the family or for whatever you're providing for, etc. So it's a different vibe. But you have to kind of embody that masculinity in order to birth that into being, right? Because we all have that dance of masculine and feminine. Yeah, man, you got some money coming in. So if this is like business partnership, it looks to me like they might be offering you something. This person knows your worth, knows your value, wants to work with you. But I would say that there's a little bit of disconnect. It's not reciprocity. It's not equal balance, give and take. And that's going to come out, yeah. Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is the energy of someone who, you know, has the intention, you know, means the best, etc. But it doesn't really pan out that way. They can't really follow through, right, on what they've said and what they're showing. And, you know, it's probably because both of you have a lot of different options. You're coming up as you're trying to establish yourself, really grasp for what you want, make choices that are in alignment with that. And they're coming through as, like I said, like kind of building that foundation for their life, long term, their family, their legacy, etc. So, you know, I think that they have, you know, their lesson. This is cause and effect. Sorry for the delay. But for them, it's really about, I feel like they have to see how they approach these types of situations, right? Because it's about communication, it's about, you know, what I'm hearing, it's about like the way that they're expressing themselves and what they want and what they desire. Like I said, versus what their actions actually are. And I feel like you are teaching them, or this situation is teaching them, like, hey, if you're going to do this, then this is going to happen, right? And like I said, a lot of it comes through about the way that communication is happening between you two. I feel like you are really working to set the stage. This is something that you're moving through a little bit more intentionally. But I feel like this is kind of like the beginning of the end is how I'm hearing it, you know? There is, like I talked about, you know what's written in the stars, so to speak. You know where this is going, where this is headed. So this is talking about really walking consciously. Because for both of you, it's about your abundance, right? And sometimes I think we have to just recognize that if something doesn't work together, like if it doesn't vibe, if it's not synchronistic, then it's not really worth forcing, because then it's actually causing more tension, resistance, limitation for both parties. Living in alignment with ourselves truly means that we are making choices that make us feel good, not like, sure, I'll do that. Yeah, that sounds great. And then like, I hate that person, you know, on the side. And we often do that because we're afraid to say no or miss out on opportunities, or we really like the person and we want to keep the peace, etc. So I hope that helps for today, guys. Thank you so much for your time and energy. If you enjoyed the video, definitely do a thumbs up, share, subscribe. Let's build and grow the community. If you are interested in personal services, check out the description box below. I would love to be there to support in whatever way possible. If not, check out our videos, and I hope to see you next time. Have a great day. Love and light. Thank you.